Okay, hello you guys. This is video 2 today. So I'm going to be painting those ceramic pumpkins that you see. And honestly, I am still figuring out how to create that perfect audio because, I follow people who recommend using these little mics now. And this whole time in the beginning of the video, I'm going to
I
pin
did not
this to
have it
my
on,
shirt. So you can't even hear a word I'm saying until it's turned on.
All right, so now you can hear me. So tonight really, I bought this kit actually last month at Burlington's, and I knew then that I was going to make a video dealing with these pumpkins, and I also want to have something to talk about. And so since I already posted my one video about public libraries, I'm going to be talking now about the academic side of things. And so when it comes to the academic side, I am still fairly new to it. I didn't take no classes. No classes pertain to academic libraries. So I am going into this really still learning because I didn't take no foundational classes on academic libraries. I just went for a job that was open for state cataloging at LSU. I don't mind talking about it. I worked there, and it was a good stepping stone. Honestly, it was a good stepping stone. But pulling everything out, so they do give you. Sorry if that's too loud. They do give you the pumpkins. It is ceramic. Which fun fact, I did ceramics in high school, and I also did sculpture for a year. So I kind of get a feel of what it's like to actually do it, and they give you one paintbrush. I was trying to find the set that I originally had, but I'm assuming that I must have probably threw it away, thinking that, oh, I'm not going to do no more art projects. Here I am painting pumpkins. Even though I am going to paint a real pumpkin probably pretty soon and carve pumpkins. So I have more videos coming up for the month of October and probably November too. But initially, academic libraries, I would say one of the biggest differences between the two is simply the fact of the mindset of the librarians. In the public, you have a bit more compassion because you're dealing with the public, you're dealing with complete strangers. You don't know who's walking through your doors, this, that, and the third. The academic side of things, man, these things are a little hard to open, so this may take some time. But the academic side of things we deal with students more, and so we get more like reference requests dealing with students, dealing with research, academic research. Most of the time it's dealing with, usually it'll be like a general topic of like how right now I'm in Texas, so I get lots of questions dealing with issues in Texas or like within like the past history, or sometimes it'll be dealing with black culture since I am at a black school. But when I was at LSU, I just deal with I dealt with just cataloging, which cataloging is if you use your library's catalog page, you know how they'll tell you to go on the page and like look up a book title, look up a database, and when you look it up, it'll give you the title, the author, description of the book, the measurements, the publication date, all that. That's where cataloging comes in. What you see on the front end is what I do on the back end. I fill in all of the, we call it metadata. So I fill in all of those little gaps. And honestly, it is one of the easiest jobs next to doing inventory, which I don't know if anyone's ever done inventory where you just go into a store and you just count items on the shelf and write down like there were 30 pairs of shoes on this one like column, and you go on to the next job. It's literally the same thing. They'll give you a cart of books, and you'll go in and you'll either do, we call original cataloging, where you have to like, if it's not already been cataloged, like we have a database we go to, you're gonna have to get the book and manually put in everything, and then create a call number, which is the shelf number where you go and get the book for the patron, or in this case, like where you will put it also in the online catalog for the student to either go find it or the librarian to go find it. And all this is in the catalog. And so when you do original cataloging, you end up doing it yourself. And that could be a bit of a tricky process. I'm still quite learning it myself, even though I'm no longer in cataloging. I'm in the processing side of things when it comes to special collections. But initially, when I was doing cataloging, I was cataloging state documents. Now, in the state of Louisiana, they have this program where they set up three respiratories, which is like three different sites where they collect nothing but every type of state document from transportation to like publications to we used to get the registrar, document, like print documents and even stuff from like the teachers retirement system. We got plenty of those. Like any flyers they made, we get them. And so I had to catalog them, add them to the catalog, saying that we got the latest edition in 2021. We got the next edition. We got the next couple of editions. Ooh, we also got a lot of the I just had a thought like Tiger Rag and like the student newspaper. Like I cataloged all of those for over a year and a half. That was really my job. It was pretty cool. Like it was pretty simple, pretty easy. But initially, why I left cataloging is because I wanted to get into the processing side of things. And so my first year and a half, I really just was able to be like a little bit more laid back. Supposed to be opening these because I ain't even opened the orange and black one. But yeah, like my first year and a half, it was more so I got to like relive my college experience. I get to go to the homecoming events. I get to go to all the student events, faculty. They do more for faculty than I thought that they did. Because when I was in school, I just went to the student events. When you're a faculty member and staff member, you get to go to even more events on campus. So really, it's like reliving college every year, even though you're like post, like you're probably your I would say a good average of people that work on the academic side are in their late to early 40s, all the way up until like elderly age, because you could stay there till you retire. Like it's a pretty cool system compared to the public library where you had to work every weekend. But in certain departments on the academic side, you have your weekends free, and that's what people go for. People would literally go back to school and get another certification so that they can get their weekends free. I tell you. But okay. I don't think I'm gonna need white, but it's on here. There's instructions. We don't read instructions around here. So obviously the first one. Should I make the first one orange or the last one? Questions. But initially, like I said, I worked in a department called Special Collections, or in some places it combine archive special collections. Sometimes it's just special collections, but then you have the university archive stuff in that department as well. Which initially the difference between the two is university archives deal with documents pertaining to the university's history. So the academic library, like that's what we collect. We collect everything dealing with the like every department, student organizations, even faculty members. And then when we get stuff that doesn't relate to university archives, we call it special collections. That's basically everything else, mostly manuscripts. And manuscripts sound like exactly the title. Like sometimes it could be a book that someone submits to our archive where it was a faculty member that recently wrote a book and they want to give us all the documentation that they use to publish the book. It could be early drafts, unpublished manuscripts, it could be ideas, notebooks that they wrote it all down. We get that type of stuff too. And honestly, you'll be surprised the amount of collections that LSU has for just their faculty members. It's pretty amazing. But when I was there, I learned that they're known for having like the largest like Civil War era and like Reconstruction type of materials. But it was pretty awesome, honestly. Working there, like first time being in archives, working there. Hey you guys, so this is my second time doing this because my video got cut off on my phone. I'm out here painting pumpkins. I've gotten to I painted this whole bottom and I was talking some good stuff too about the academic library. But I'm redoing it now on my iPad. And so initially I don't even remember what all I was saying now. This is so sad. But a similarity of working in the academic libraries versus the public is the fact of my second time recording. What happens when you have storage problems? My life. But it's not the end of the world. I would say a similarity between them is the simple fact of it's a rewarding experience. That's the part that got cut off. Next time I'm gonna record both my phone and my iPad and see what happens. I really do need to just go ahead and get a camera because I know I can do this. I know I can do content creation. It could be amazing, and I could really go on and on talking about the library. And I want other people to know what it's really like, what goes down in your library. Goes down in the public, what goes down in the academic. Like knowing your options. If you are in school to do this, you're trying to do this as a career as well, what you gotta do. Like how I could be a mentor, how all the things that I have done. But I definitely want to give like positives, negatives. Negatives would be working in the academic side. Because working with students, quiet environment, good work schedule, because you mostly work with students and you work 9 to 5 in certain departments. And, honestly, I'm kind of glad I don't work weekends because for the library to be open till midnight, it's like I know they got to have a whole different crew to do that, or they like switch on and off of who works that late at night. But honestly, I wouldn't trade this experience for the world. I have had met so many different people, so many wonderful spirits, so many beautiful souls, because humans are imperfect, but to me, everyone is perfect in their imperfections. I accept people for who they are and all their flaws. And working in the library has definitely opened my eyes to doing that as well. So I don't have a closed mind to the type of people I encounter. I am more loving, more accepting. I already was a non judgmental person. I'm even more so now. I have more grace with people. But sometimes with the academic side, depending on who my coworkers are, not everybody does. I've seen people say ruthless and vicious things about people. And me per se, I don't do that. I have soul too. I have compassion for people, you know, and I don't believe in downplaying what someone can and cannot do. Because I wouldn't want someone to downplay what I can and cannot do. And so I'm gonna paint the bottom pumpkin eyes black. Since I still have black on this brush. I'm gonna lay it down and do that. But I will probably make a separate video about my internship that I did. So people will know what it's like to work in a federal library because I worked with the Library of Congress and I'm so forever grateful for that experience as well. And honestly, don't give up. If you want to change careers, which so many people go into the library sense because they want to change their career. Not once have I met someone that just went straight from after getting their bachelor's degree to go into library science. There's so many people changing their careers right now. And I'll say more power to you. It's never too late. There is a sacrifice you have to make. There is time, but there are programs out there that will help you go along the way. And just from the very program I was in, I was at LSU in Louisiana, and they do theirs online remotely. You get to set your own hours when you want to do it. And then they have like weekly deadlines and whatnot, which are easy to do. Not too hard of assignments. I feel more prepared going into this after going through the program and then me getting my certification in archival studies. I spoke to people in the profession. I went out and volunteered at archives and museums and dealt with processing and doing so much more on the side that I did not necessarily tell people what I was doing. I would just go out and do it. I'm the type of person where I don't seek validation, I don't seek approval. I just go and do it. I know exactly what I want and I go for it. And I'll tell anybody have that same mindset because not everyone sees your vision. If they're not willing to help you, find someone who will, because there will be people out there who will help you. There will be people out there who will give you opportunities. And that's how I was able to get the experience that I have now with someone just taking a chance on me. Someone being like, okay, we see what you're trying to do and we're gonna help you out. Because not every leader, not every boss will help you out. They will not invest in their own employees and the other things they want to do outside their job duties. And even though the academic side of things is what people go for, what they strive for, because it's a better environment per se, more peace, which it is. All peace comes at a price sometimes, depending on, like I said, your environment, who you work with. But I am not going to shame anyone that job hops. Do what you gotta do for you, for your income, for your family. But do not let anybody get in the way of what you want, what you're looking for. This is what it's looking like so far. It's looking jacked up, but I'm doing the best I can here. Yeah, I wish I had more brushes and whatnot. Like I do have an artistic eye, but I don't have detailed brushes in front of me. Now, if I was doing my makeup, different story. But I'm just painting right now. But yeah, there will be people out there who will help you. There will be people out there who will see your hunger, your grind, who will make ways for you. In the academic side of things, you get to have more freedom of, like I said, establishing yourself, establishing who you are. But downside to it is that you will probably have people who will be heavily jealous of that. Because I've dealt with that already so far, and it hasn't been pleasant. But honestly, sometimes you just gotta do what's best for you. Or if you don't feel safe doing it in that environment, there's other jobs. There are so many other jobs. There are other jobs. Hell, even do collaborations with people. There always will be someone that will help you. And I always say that because I did not get this far without someone helping me. There'll always be someone that helps you, someone that will be a helping hand along the way. You know, not every, I would say, not every block is really meant for a no. It's probably just that particular environment. There will be someone that will be like, yo, that's a great innovative idea. And I want to help you out. Like, how can we do this? There are people out there that are hungry. When I dealt with the public, I realized then, like that phrase when people would be like, "Oh, people are lazy, they don't want to work." No, the way that they make it now, the way they make the workforce now, especially for people who do not have degrees, it is 10 times harder. 10 times harder. And some of them applications, the process you have to go through, it takes months to get a job. So you can, I don't believe in that statement because I met too many people who are willing to work. They just that wait time, that wait period, people got bills to pay, you know. But in the academic side, it's, well, I would say library side really, it is a bit more competitive, but it's not the end of the world. There's plenty of jobs. And in my sense, I took a risk working somewhere getting paid $15 an hour to now getting a salary where I can not only save, but I could pay off some of my debt that I accumulated, which was mostly student loans, but that can be well taken care of now. Don't have to be in that same mindset and environment, but it's not an easy decision to make. I know for a fact. Okay. And I'm probably going to make the top one purple, but I'm going to stop for now since I've went over 11 minutes on my iPad. And I'm hoping that for anyone who is watching this video, wanting to learn more about academic libraries and how it is, it's easy compared to doing inventory. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. And that's what they don't want to tell you because this job is very easy. The most difficulties you will probably deal with is another person who's probably just going through something. That's the most difficult aspect of the job. And it's almost like doing social work. Even on the academic side of things, you know, students go through things too. But it's never an issue of like, oh, it's a bother to my mental health. That's why people sometimes take the risk, take the jump to go through the program, do however many years you need to get your degree. But honestly, if this is something you want to do, I will tell anybody to go for it and do what you have to do. Talk to the right people. Keep finding people to talk to. Keep applying for different opportunities, different internships. You will make it. Trust me. Like, I switched from public to academic by just applying for one job. Honestly, we are all one choice away, one decision away from honestly having our lives change. And once again, got to Texas based off of just taking a chance applying for a job that helped pay like relocating expenses. It is possible. Do not let people out here tell you otherwise. And so stay tuned next time because I'm going to buy actual pumpkins and paint them as well. I just wanted to do this little cool like experiment since I got this. But yeah, I'm gonna finish painting it and hopefully you guys stay tuned next time.